We're Mask ID. We're the phone app authenticator for masks and unmasked faces. We're Team 17. Our sponsors, Amkar Kokonari and Pradeep Batre for the Albany Lab for Privacy and Security. I'm Dante Hernandez.
I'm Jason McGlynn.
I'm Pierce McCann.
I'm John Ryan.
And for our introduction, so the problem that we're tackling is authentication apps take a while to log in and facial recognition doesn't work with masks. So our motivations behind doing this is that we want to create an app, obviously, that can unlock a phone with or without a mask on. We want to have the app be quick to use and user friendly, so it's not a pain to try and like set up or figure out how to use, and just make everyday life easier by not needing to lift your mask or have to manually log in every time you try and like look at a text or check your email. And here, picture to the right of Jason with our working app. And then some existing solutions. So when we started this project, facial recognition is on like most devices that have a camera these days, but it does not support masked faces. And one of the things that do is mask check. It's like a little kiosk that when you walk into like a store or something, wherever it is, you can walk up to it and it'll detect if you have a mask worn properly or not, but this doesn't detect the user, it just detects whether the mask's worn properly. And then another solution we came across is that you could manually set up an alternate appearance of the mask on, just like the picture shown. And this takes obviously time to do it. And if you wear a different mask, then you need to set up a different appearance for every mask. So that can be frustrating to do. And another solution that's pretty expensive, is if you have an Apple Watch, then you could push a notification to that watch and unlock it with that, but that is also takes a lot of money. Not a lot of people could afford those. And then about a month ago, prior to us starting this, or after we started this project, iOS 15.4 launched, and that could allow a user to unlock their phone with wearing a mask. So that is a solution that exists now and our direct competitor, but that didn't exist prior to us starting this project.
So our key idea behind this project was we wanted to create a mobile app that allowed the users to unlock their device with or without a mask on. We wanted to log users' face scan or give them an option to manually log in with a username and password. This would do a few things. It would ensure that even if they couldn't get in with a mask on, they would still be able to log in. We wanted to store their face scans to make it more accurate down the line. And we wanted to incorporate Apple's vision framework to detect facial landmarks, specifically in the eyes, that would allow us to still be able to recognize faces when a user is wearing a mask. And Apple's vision framework uses machine learning. So that was a big reason why we decided to use it. We wanted to ensure the user could rescan their face in case they messed up the first time. User error is a big problem in something like this, because if the user can't rescan their face and they mess it up the first time, they wouldn't be able to log in and things like that. And we also wanted all our data to be stored locally. This was for a few reasons. One, for speed. We wanted to make sure that the app would run fast for the user, and we also did not want the user to have an internet connection. Just in case you're in an area where there's no internet available or you don't have Wi-Fi at your house or something like that, we wanted the user to be able to do everything just on the phone, regardless if there's an internet connection or not.
If you just want to go to my screen, I have the updated version of this video.
Sure.
So for the live demo, here is me showing the functionality. If you go to sign in, you can enter a username, email, password, and password confirmation. So here, if you can access the settings, and when you press done, it allows you to scan your face to save it to the account. And from here, you can access your account settings. It allows you to rescan your face data, and you can also change your password if needed. So here I add another character to the password. And it also, from the settings page, you can log out. And here I'll show me logging into the account I just created. There's also a slider with the option to remember your username and password. So you can log in using the username and password. And then from here, I log out and show the face scan functionality from the login page, which prompts you to scan your face with a mask on. And as you can see here, it is detecting my face while I have a mask and creating shapes for my eyes. So from here, I can show the repository. So for implementation, we used Xcode and the language Swift. And here we have our content view, which creates the GUI of the project. We used VStacks and HStacks as data structures for our programming. We have different views for each of the pages throughout the app, including login view, setup view, face setup view, settings view, password view, and face scan view. And then for the back end, we imported the Vision framework, which is Apple's algorithm for facial recognition. And we used like a camera controller class and various functions for opening up the camera and making face detection happen, like the functions view did load, preparation, displaying the preview, capturing output, getting frames, and detecting faces, as well as drawing features on that detected face. So we also used a GitLab for pushing and pulling our various improvements in the project. It's a pretty useful site for that. And in order to make pushing and pulling easier, we used a software called SourceTree, which instead of going into command line, you can just use this software to push and pull from the GitLab. And that concludes the backend presentation.
So the impact on society that Mask ID provides is that it gives the users the ability to unlock their device without removing the masks. This saves the everyday person valuable time and convenience by allowing them not to manually type in a password, which may not seem like it takes that long, but if you're doing it 10, 20 times a day, it will start to add up. And not having to remove your mask will create a safer environment in the society, since as COVID still is a big deal in the world, people keeping a mask on keeps people from not getting sick or getting people sick by giving them COVID. So it keeps everybody safe in the environment that you want to access your phone. And so who did what in this? The front end of it was a collaborative effort between the whole team. And the back end was mainly the camera functionality was mainly done by Jason and Pierce to make sure that worked.
And then just for the our experience working on this project, like for myself, I had a lot of fun doing it. It was nice to learn like a new language and work with Amkar and Pradeep to try and like figure it out and like our goals and just the whole like duration of the semester is just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's definitely a new experience. I know none of us worked on mobile before, so kind of teaching us how to do mobile and learning a new language on top of it, it was a good learning experience. Like for anyone who wants to do a capstone in the future, definitely like pick something you're interested in and pick something you can learn from. You know, if you can learn a new skill or a new language or something, that's a valuable thing you could take with you for the rest of your life.
And also just make sure that you do the reports because they actually really help with the final presentation. Or the final report, like they all kind of come together in the end. So it's nice just if you do a great job on those, you don't have to think too hard on the last report.
Yeah. And I would say to manage your time too, because keeping stuff towards the end, it could really start to build up, especially in other classes. You have all your finals, so just make sure to plan ahead to get everything done on time.
So
Thank you for listening to our presentation, and yeah, that's been it.